Most of us are having a tough time building wealth, investing in our future because we're operating in a negative cash flow cycle. Good morning and welcome to another episode of Financial Health Traffic Report. I'm your host Cortez, coming to you live and direct on this gloomy day here in St. Louis, Missouri. As always, the Financial Health Traffic Report is brought to you by FinancialHealthMentor.com, bringing you practical, proven wealth creation strategies specifically for hardworking people just like you and me. As always, like and share. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching it on Facebook, then definitely share it on your wall. Let's get this information out to the people who really need it the most. Today's question: what is a negative cash flow cycle? Most of us are having a tough time building wealth, investing in our future because we're operating in a negative cash flow cycle. Well, a negative cash flow cycle simply means that your lack of money is costing you money. I'll give you an example. If you if you're like me, and if you ever tried to float a check, you're gonna write a check, you got the money coming into your paycheck tomorrow, and you're gonna try to hope that the money gets there before the check clears, and you lose that battle. And what do you end up getting? You end up getting a bank overdraft fee. If you have a nasty habit of not properly planning your finances and you're running to the ATM machine 2 and 3 times a week, especially those of us who run to the ATM machine that is not associated with our bank, and we're paying those $3 fees. What most people don't realize is that you pay the $3 fee at the ATM that is not associated with your bank, and then your bank charges you another fee. So imagine continuously going to the bank to grab $20 and $30 at a time, but every time you do that, it's costing you $3 to $4. All right, that's what we consider a negative cash flow cycle. Your lack of cash is costing you money. All right, you go into a car dealership with no cash or limited cash and not the best credit in the world. Is that gonna cost you more money or less money? All right, it's gonna cost you more money and a high interest rate that you're gonna pay off over time. All right, if you have cash, then 9 times out of 10, you're gonna go into the car dealership with leverage and talk the car dealer down a bit, and your abundance of cash will save you money. So a negative cash flow cycle is when your lack of money costs you money. Anybody ever paid their bills 30, 45 days late? All right, and you get tacked with those late fees? Well, think about this and the power or the compounding effect of a negative cash flow cycle. All right, just think about it this way. You think about the bank overdraft fees. You think about the ATM fees. You think about all the late fees on your bills if you're paying more than 30 days late. You think about all those little seemingly minuscule fees that are attached to everything you do because your cash flow cycle is negative. Well, what if you had all of that money working for you in some sort of investment vehicle? That's what you have to think about, and how to get out of this negative cash flow cycle, because you might think it's not a big deal, but say for instance all those fees total to $600 a year. All right, that's not a big deal for year one, but think about if you've been living this negative cash flow cycle all your life, then multiply that 600 times the amount of working years. All right, then you have to consider the amount of interest that money could have made had you had it working in an investment account. So we want to get you guys out of a negative cash flow cycle and flip that around to a positive cash flow cycle. And we have a system that can help you do that in the next 1 to 3 months. So if you're interested in learning how to flip your cash flow cycle from negative to positive, go to www.financialhealthmentor.com, put in your best email address, and I'm going to send you a series of free videos that will give you a strategy on exactly how to do that. And the number one strategy actually puts money back in your paycheck for 8 out of 10 hardworking Americans. So you definitely want to check on that. As always, the formula for success is thoughts plus actions multiplied by time will give you the results that you want. So if you have the right thoughts, you'll lead to the right actions, and eventually, if you give it enough time, you'll get the results you want. I'm Cortez, and you're watching the Financial Health Traffic Report. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.